This is what you'd be wanting this morning. Eurovision winner and general all-round legend Dana is celebrating her Christmas classic. It's going to be a cold, cold Christmas with a new recording of the festive tune 50 years on. Here's a sneak peek of the new version.
It's gonna be a cold, cold Christmas without you. Dreaming of those warm.
You drifted off, Paul.
Yes, I was enjoying Dana. In sport this morning, in the Ashes, England are hanging on by their fingernails to get a result in the third test. Australia currently still batting, 351 runs ahead with 6 wickets remaining. The weigh-in takes place for the biggest boxing mismatch between Anthony Joshua and Jake Paul. They fight tonight. Rory McIlroy wins Sports Personality of the Year.
It's a brighter day today for many of us, albeit with still some blustery showers around. I'll have the full roundup of the weather coming up soon.
It's just gone 7 o'clock. I'm Stephen Dixon.
I'm Ellie Costello, and this is GB News Breakfast.
Was the Dana song? Was it one Eurovision? Was it All Kinds of Everything?
It's going to be a cold, cold Christmas.
No, that wasn't the...
Oh,
that was
that
the other one.
after she won Eurovision.
Dana.
Got you.
Yeah, All Kinds of Everything.
That was lovely.
It's classic.
Yeah, it's classic.
Yeah, very good. Look, are you a bit worried about next Thursday?
Yep.
What to do, how to behave at Christmas?
Yes.
Well, the Express this morning has got some tips from this bloke who's written a book about how to do a good Christmas.
It's like the etiquette of Christmas, if you will.
Apologies to said writer. What a load of rubbish.
Oh,
Do you think
really?
it'd be rubbish at his house at Christmas?
I do think it's
What
going to
are
be
his
rubbish.
suggestions?
Christmas dinner conversation survival guide.
Yeah.
Acceptable topics, how delicious the food is, requests for the recipe, requests to take leftovers home, requests for more gravy.
It's quite limited.
That's what you can do.
What a lovely chat
But this is the never buy your partner anything that might be construed as helpful around the house.
That's probably quite a good one.
Don't narrate the present as you hand it over, saying it's probably rubbish, you're going to hate it.
Oh, you always get that.
That's a fair point.
Yeah, you always get that one.
But this is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, I thought this was a bit crazy.
Yes, so basically, if nature calls when you're around somebody else's house for Christmas, do not use their bathroom.
What, use the garden?
Drive to the nearest services.
No, he's on a wind-up.
Are you serious?
He's on a
That's what he
wind-up.
says. Drive to the nearest services if you want to use the loo.
So how do you make your excuse?
I don't know. I'm just popping out to the toilet 15 miles away.
Maybe
Nipping out to the
sometime.
shops.
Yeah.
What a load of rubbish. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
I think he's on a wind-up there.
I mean, I've never...
Do you reckon he had a bad experience with someone came round his house and went into the toilet?
I think there is a story involved there with the plunger.
Okay, you don't want to go in there for a while.
I was reading earlier,
But,
yes.
you know, I just think, well, I'm totally crazy.
Anyway.
Just have a nice time, put your hat on, tell a corny joke and just have a nice time.
There you
Have a
go.
nice time with your family. Yeah, if you've got any tips, let us know. gbnews.com/you'll-say.
Now, this is going to get you going this morning. 10 million voters face having their local elections delayed until 2027.
Well, that's after the government offered 60 councils the chance to push back elections. And they say it's because they're reorganising local government.
Well, here's what the local government minister had to say.
Many councils across the country and of all stripes have expressed anxiety about their capacity to deliver a smooth and safe transition to new councils alongside running resource-intensive elections to councils proposed to be shortly abolished. They have expressed concerns about the time and energy spent managing elections to bodies that won't shortly exist, only to run an election a year later. We've also heard from councils querying the value for taxpayers of spending tens of millions running elections to bodies that won't exist, as I said, for much longer. Councils are telling us that where capacity is a problem, postponement would free up resources to be concentrated on local government reorganisation and the delivery of good services. To be clear, should a council say that they have no reason to delay their elections, there will be no delay. If a council voices genuine concerns, we will take these issues seriously and would be minded to grant a delay in those areas.
Well, let's speak now to news editor at Press Association, Theo Usherwood. Good morning to you, Theo. What do you make of this? There could be uproar over this.
Yes, I mean, this is, further delay because, of course, if you think back to these elections, they were actually meant to take place last May, and of course the government wanted to change the boundaries and merge some councils and have a reorganisation in local government to bring about greater efficiencies, and therefore they put it off until next May. That was the initial plan at least, and now saying actually, well, we want to put it off even further until May 2027.
You can get away with doing it once.
Yeah, and of course that's led to the accusation from Nigel Farage that Keir Starmer's behaving like a dictator and he's running scared. Interestingly, the Tories, James Cleverly, who's the shadow on the housing and local government brief, has hit out. But of course, many of these councils will be Conservative councils, and they'll be given the option to delay the local elections that were meant to take place this year by another year. And it's very likely that they will take the option. They will take that. They will take that offer because they are, they see, what happened in the council elections that did go ahead last year, how well Reform did with winning 10 councils outright and winning hundreds of seats up and down the country.
We're talking to James Cleverly in an hour, actually, so we'll be putting all that to him. But you can understand the outrage. I mean, Nigel Farage talking about being a banana republic. Yeah. The polls, the Reform are riding high in the polls, and whichever way you look at it, whoever you support politically, they're being denied to translate that into a democratic mandate.
Yeah, these are, there's certainly the accusation. The accusation, is from Nigel Farage that people are being denied their right to vote in these elections. You can't just simply swat it away or dismiss it. It is a valid concern that the leader of Reform UK has. I'd also question the wisdom of doing this because actually, if you're thinking about the national media narrative that's going on at the moment, when this challenge is going to come to Keir Starmer's premiership, what Number 10 really has to worry about in terms of, having got over the budget, and it was a very difficult budget to, it was a real hurdle to get over from what Rachel Reeves announced and the accusations she faced of lying, the next hurdle, of course, is these local elections, and yes, there's potential damage in the shires where these councils are predominantly, the elections have been moved. But you can't, Number 10 shouldn't forget, and I'm sure they haven't forgotten, and indeed the Tories haven't forgotten that, the two big votes in Scotland and Wales, both in Holyrood and the Senedd, where Reform are expected to do very well, and Labour and the Tories are going to, fare badly if you believe, the forecasts in the polls. Plus, of course, the Metropolitan Council elections that are taking place next year, and we're expecting the Greens under Zach Polansky to do very well, taking off votes to the left of the Labour Party, people who voted Labour, who've always voted Labour, and now saying actually that they don't trust Keir Starmer. And so it's difficult to see why, if the department has decided to go down this route, why they would simply, not just want to rip off the sticking plaster and get these elections done and dusted, rather than of course make a further delay, and of course, potentially, just cause problems in 2027 when these elections you'd think would finally take place.
Yeah, kicking the can down the road. Theo, thank you very much. We'll see you in the next hour.
Now, European